Hey guys, hope you're doing well. In today's video, the topic that we are going to discuss that if you are planning to leave Pakistan for higher education, what should be the necessary steps? This video will especially be helpful for those who are just starting their A level or are done with their AS level. So let's get into the details. Number one is destination research. The first step to deciding where your destination is always by researching the basics, which are accommodation, expenses, language barriers, cultural differences, and most importantly, the university and what it is offering to you. You can do this by making a list of pros and cons. Always weigh the pros and the cons, and if the pros are greater than the cons, then you can opt for that. Because sometimes what happens is that the university that you're picking might have a low tuition fees, but maybe the living expenses, the language barriers, the cultural differences are too much for you to bear. So always make an informed decision and start by making a list of pros and cons. Right after step one is step two. And this is one of the most important factors to be considered, especially if you're in Pakistan. That is financial planning. Make a rough estimate of what your educational expenses are going to be and what your living expenses are going to be. Only then you will make a sound decision of whether you should opt for that destination or not. A friend of mine left Pakistan some years ago to pursue higher education in another country. Well, one of the biggest problems that he faced is that when he left Pakistan, the exchange rate was maybe around 160 rupees to $1. But when he reached over there and studied there for a year, now most of his expenses were being covered from Pakistan. Then what happened is that the dollar went up and his expenses doubled. The third thing that you need to consider are the legal and administrative matters of the country that you are going to move to. Visa regulations, passport duration, number of working hours that you're allowed, student ID card, health insurance, residence permit. You need to consider all of these factors before you make this decision. The fourth point is banking and financial services. Every country is subject to their own regulations and restrictions when it comes to foreigners withdrawing money. So it is better to have a local bank account in the country that you're going to move to. The fifth one is healthcare and insurance. Now in Pakistan, we don't really care about healthcare or insurance. But if you're traveling to another country, you need to be very particular about their restrictions on healthcare. Vaccinations such as COVID-19 or hepatitis, you need to buy a healthcare insurance from a local insurance company so that your documents can be processed easily in the other country. When you have sorted all of this out, the next thing that you should look at is accommodation and rental spaces. Most students choose to live in a dorm as it might be cheaper, but there may be millions of applicants or the dorm may be far away from the university. So what you need to do is research websites, or you can get in touch with the locals over there so that before you reach, you have a place to stay. The seventh one is language barriers. When you choose a destination that speaks a language other than you, then you need to make sure that you know that language before you leave. I'm not saying know that language at an advanced level. You need to study it at least 6 months before you leave, or at least take a course that gives you the basics of that language, because you're going to use it on a daily basis. The process does not end once you receive the acceptance from the university or even when you're granted your visa. The process actually starts when you leave your country, go live in a foreign land, and then you face new challenges. That's the start of your process. If this video was helpful, hit the like button, and for more news and updates, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next one.